Welcome to Fixing Up with Amazon, ready to ride. We've just bought this 4-year-old Z1000SX Performance Tourer as a project bike. Now, it's a lovely bike. There's a full dealer service history. It's only covered 18,000 miles, which is quite average for a big bike. And it's just a generally well looked after bike. It's a great purchase, half the price of a new one for more or less the same spec. But those 18,000 miles, in that time it's going to have gradually degraded, there's going to be wear and tear, and it's just going to have lost that lustre and kind of crisp feel a brand new bike has. We also know that this bike has been sat for 6 months. It's not been kind of taxed since last autumn, and inactivity isn't good for bikes. Batteries die, fluids don't really like sitting around gathering moisture, and kind of rubber parts can sometimes dry out a little bit as well. What we're going to do with this bike is we're going to do two things actually. We are firstly going to take it on a touring holiday. We're going to do the North Coast 500 in Scotland. It's one of the UK's kind of premier road trip routes. And the second reason is we're going to be giving this bike away to one of you lucky people. Link in the description below on how you can be in with a chance of winning this bike. But first we're going to ride it as is. Now, the bike has a full MOT, so we know that somebody has gone through it and made sure it meets those basic mechanical and safety standards. But we want to know how it rides, how it feels and how it performs, and make sure that everything is as it should be, and identify any areas for improvement and tailoring it better to our trip. So start it up and let's get going. Right, okay, that wasn't in the plan. Now, this is what I mean about bikes not liking a winter layup. The cold tends to kill batteries off, and that's obviously what's happened to this one. It's not been used for a long time, so it's not had that charge going through it. We can address that properly later. Now, I've got just the tool that we can remedy the issue for now, so we can get on the road. We're here with Bruce Dunn, MCN's technical expert. Your experience, I'm going to kind of betray your age a bit here. 40 years in the bike trade,
yes,
doing various things.
Yes, yeah? I'd say that, yes.
Yep, so dealers, building your own bikes, race bikes included.
Yep.
250 Grand Prix bikes where you spend more time twirling spanners than riding the things.
Yeah.
So, experienced. You know?
Yeah, they've got a few years under my belt, yeah.
So you're the man to help us get this Z1000SX sorted for 90-mile road trip, but also to give away to a lucky viewer as well.
Yeah.
Link in the description on how you can enter that. In addition to the main prize of the bike, we've got 10 prize bundles consisting of all these goodies, including Castrol Power Racing Oil, Castrol Brake Fluid, a Noco Genius 5 charger, a Noco lithium battery, Amazon Basics ratchet spanners, Amazon Basics 201-piece socket set, an Amazon Basics 12-in-1 screwdriver, an Amazon Basics 1/4-inch torque wrench, an Amazon Basics 3/8 of an inch torque wrench, and some Amazon Basics microfiber cleaning cloths. This prize closes at minute to midnight on the 18th of July 2023. Follow the link on screen to enter.
Okay, so you've ridden it here. What's it like? Is there any problems with it? Does it feel okay?
It's good. It's not perfect, but it's a solid base. The motor's good, gearbox, clutch, all those kind of key things. Feels like it has been well looked after, but
yeah.
Equally, there are things where it's not quite right, and we had a couple of dramas getting here as well. Now, the first one,
what was that?
Well, I barely got off the driveway for a start. The battery it's not been used since last autumn. Battery was dead, so I had to put a boost pack on it, get it going again.
Battery, that's an easy fix.
Battery, yeah, easy one. Then we had a puncture a few miles up the road from here as well. It's repaired for now, but It needs a new tyre anyway. There was some kind of strange handling. It was kind of dropping into corners and wandering. So I suspect there's something not quite right with the front tyre, or maybe something in the suspension.
Okay.
Oh, the other thing was the brakes as well. That was a bit of a pulsing through the lever, sort of on small lever strokes. So I don't know whether they just need a bit of a clean in the service, whether we've got a sticky piston, something like that. It's probably worth doing the brake fluid anyway, just so we know where we're at with that.
Yeah.
But also inspect the discs while it's up on stand, just to make sure there's no kind of damage to the discs. Or
Make sure they
warp
run
or
true, yeah.
Yeah, just kind of make sure all is good there before we set off, really. So
Okay.
first things first, we'll get these panniers off out of the way so we don't get anything damaged. We'll stash those away safely, get it on some stands and start getting into it.
Let's crack on.
Bruce, what's the first job we're going to tackle?
I'd like to do an oil and filter change straight away while the engine's hot. It makes sense. And then after that, maybe we'll look at that brake judder you talked about.
Yep. Should we grab some tools and crack on with the dropping the oil?
Yeah, let's get on. There you are, mate. No wonder you couldn't get an oil level check. There's far too much in there.
Yeah, you can see that was way overfilled, but there's nothing nasty coming out of it at least. It's a bit off, but worth doing, I think.
Yeah, definitely. So we've drained the oil, removed the filter, and now we're going to fit the sump plug, but fit a new sump plug washer as well. Right, time to fit a new filter, but before I do that, I'm going to wipe the area where it seats to get some oil off, or any grit, any contamination at all, really. And then also I'll put a bit of grease on the O-ring so it doesn't grip or try and bind as you torque it up.
That's the old oil out. We've got a new oil filter on. We've got the sump plug torqued up to manufacturer spec, so it's time to put some fresh oil into it.
Here's a funnel, I'll get some oil.
So I've checked with the manufacturer what the filling capacity is. It's 3.8 litres, but what I'm going to do is get it somewhere close. When it actually comes down to it, what you would need to do is get it in between the lines on the sight glass, and then get the bike down, run it up, check it again and make any adjustments if we need to. Got all of that, Bruce? Yep.
Yeah, we've got this.
Okay, we're down to the lower sight level now, so that just needs a little top up and we're good to go.
How are we looking?
I think it's going to want all of it, you know. I'd call that about perfect. It's just below the upper sight glass, so it's not going to take any more. Now, that's actually taken the whole 4 litre tub, which is slightly more than the manufacturer suggested, but the main thing is it's correct on the sight glass, so we're not going to worry about that too much. Now, what's next, Bruce?
Well, spot on. Let's get it on the stand and then take a look at those brakes.
Okay. That's oil change done. Next job, brakes. That handling issue as well, perhaps. So should we have a look at the front end?
Yeah, well, I've had a look at it already, really, and I've noticed when you spin the wheel, this right disc it's sort of got some run out. It's warped for some reason.
Right.
So that might be, you know, part of the problem of it juddering.
Okay.
But also, if you look at the profile of this tyre and the way it's worn, there's like ridges and it's really squared off.
Oh,
so
yeah.
that'll need replacing as well.
Oh yeah, that's nasty.
You can feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not right, is it? So you need to get one of those on order.
Okay. I'll tell you what, I'm going to start filling an Amazon basket now and get that sorted out. So.
Right, I'll take a look at the battery. I was wondering though, it had been sat for quite a few months.
Yeah, 6 months at least, I think.
Yeah, and not been used, so maybe replace it.
Yeah, yeah. I don't want to be stranded in Scotland somewhere, so
Oh, okay.
I'll leave that to you. I'm going to go and do some more shopping, I think. So.
Okay, I'll crack on. Right, Right, I'm going to undo this battery terminal. This is the positive one. As you can see, it's really close to this bracket. So you've got to be really careful that you don't touch it to the screwdriver, else there'll just be sparks everywhere. One of the things you notice when you fit in a modern lithium battery is how much lighter they are than the conventional lead acid stuff. So we'll drop that in like so. Right, I'm going to do these terminals, but at the same time I'm going to fit this charge lead to make it easier if we need to charge the battery in the future. Hello, you're back.
Right. How are we looking?
Good. Battery's all fitted, ready to go. Have you got your bits ordered?
All ordered, yep. I'll tell you what I did add as well. New chain of sprockets, because I was looking at this one earlier. Span it around by hand, and there's a few stiff links as well. So, and the sort of visual condition of it is making my teeth itch a bit, so I can't be living with that. So
yeah, it's
just get it done, get it sorted next time.
So how are you getting home then?
Well, it's not going to be in the bike, is it? 'Cause, we've got those safety issues to sort. So
yeah, definitely.
Could I trouble you for a lift at all?
No, it's tea time for me. You can do one, mate. You're going to have to walk.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. I don't live very far away, you sure?
Yep.
Yeah.
Off you go.
Right, okay. Some friend you are.
Yeah, see you when them bits turn up.
I'll be seeing you then.
Yeah.
We've been using the Amazon Basics socket set. We've used the ratcheting screwdriver as well with multiple bits. We've used the Amazon Basics torque wrenches in 2 different sizes as well. We've also got an Amazon Basics ratcheting spanner set. They were very useful. From Castrol, we've been using their engine oil as well. We also have a tin of chain lube, plus brake fluid and coolant, which we'll come to in the future when we get further into the bike. And then from Noco, we've used the Boost X pack, as well as the replacement NL9P battery, which is in the bike now. We've got a remote charging lead, which is fitted. We also have the Noco Genius 5 battery charger and maintainer.